Hi, this is a reply to 2 comments from Major Hank. 1. I'm glad I pronounced that one right. Anyway, his question, one of his comments is a bit about Gio Dos Santos. Harry talks about Gio's attitude. How can you expect his attitude to be right if he feels he has no chance of getting playing time regardless of effort shown in training? A few players have mentioned about Harry that if you aren't liked, you don't get a look in. Signing Pienaar is pointless and sends out all the wrong messages. Gio ain't a winger, and I think last season while I misfiring front line, Gio definitely should have been given a chance. I have no doubt he'll do well for us once he leaves us. I'm going to give a quick reply to that. First of all, I expect players to make an effort, no matter whether they'll get picked or not in training. I think you should always make an effort. An example I'll give is Gianluca Vialli. When Zola was brought to Chelsea, the plan was, if I remember correctly, it was Zola behind Vialli and Hughes. Hullet saw how well Vialli and Hughes played off each other and just didn't play Hullet, didn't play Vialli. And then Vialli, to his credit, just carried on training as a professional. And when you're getting paid 15, have 20 grand a week to essentially become a better sportsman, then I expect to give all you have in training. So that's the first thing. I expect to give you everything in training. Because if you can't impress in training, you're not going to be able to impress on the pitch. I know there are guys who are, unless you're Deadly King, that's he's probably the one exception to this rule. The question about we brought in Stephen Pienaar, what message does that send? Well, that sends a message. If you're not going to be doing it, we will get players that will do it for us. So you have 2 choices. Either you get your head down and buck up your ideas, or you can just take your ball and go home with it. When we signed Pienaar, we needed backup to Lennon and possible backup to Bale as well on the left hand side. And, Pienaar has played as an inverse winger for Borussia Dortmund and for Everton as well, and he was a good player. Obviously, I think he stood out more because he was playing well for a team that wasn't that great. That was the first thing. And secondly, he was a bargain, and our purse strings were very much tight at that time. We could barely, I think, 3 million. I honestly think that if we went for 3.5 million, Lee would have said no. Quite rightly, it's a PLC. He has a responsibility to the shareholders to spend that money wisely. God knows we spent that money unwisely on players that we shouldn't have signed. And now Levy has to steer the ship right. And I think for what was available in January, for what we needed for the rest of that season, I think Pienaar was a good signing. I think ultimately Bale is an exceptional player. He's an absolutely exceptional player. That's why there's rumours that Barcelona are going to be putting in like a £50 million bid for him or some crazy shit like that. And it's very rare you can displace that. It's very rare you can have 2 of those, that player, one player playing, and another £40 million player on the bench. Unless you're Man City, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Man U, or Chelsea. Very unlikely you're going to have that situation. It'll be nice if that situation does arise, but until it does, we make do with what we have. In terms of Defoe wasn't scoring, Gio has scored. I'm not sure about that. I mean, Gio is he is his position really is inverse winger, playing as part of 4-3-3. On the odd side, as playing on the right hand side, even though he's left footed. He's not really known for being a striker, and if he was, they would have played him there. Years before, they obviously don't have Eto there, but there's a reason why they don't play him as central striker, and he doesn't play that for Mexico. So whether he would have been better, I'm not too sure. It would have been nice, try it out. Maybe it worked. We've seen defenders become strikers, and Warhurst and Sutton. Who knows? Turn a winger into a striker. It worked for Thierry Henry. Why wouldn't it work for Gio Dos Santos? I think ultimately, with the Crouch-Van der Vaart combination that was kind of working and had the highest probability of working, people would have said, "What, you're playing Van der Vaart and Dos Santos?" If it doesn't work, Harry has egg in his face, or if not worse. And I think that's the reason why he didn't take that risk. I hope this goes some way to answering your first comment. Thank you for your comment, by the way. Feel free to answer. Feel free to make them, and I'll give you a video reply. Please check out spursforum.co.uk, spursodyssey.co.uk, and please click on the ad links. Really appreciate that.